I had some original content this week. I was explaining how my golf game is ass. Mega ass. Like Elastigirl ass. That much ass.
Just going
Would
ever
you
which
shoot
way.
a 132?
I mean, it wasn't terrible, just
Well, you said ass.
true. But I thought that was pretty good. Elastigirl ass. That much ass.
Yeah.
That's how much ass I was.
So 142?
She's thick.
Big bitch.
Uh, yeah. But when you're made of elastic, I mean, seems like you could fix that.
Sure.
I mean, she could appear any way she wanted.
Tiny waist, big ass.
That was her decision.
Yeah.
Talking with words.
Uh,
Na 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 na.
Damn it. You beat me to it by about a nah. You guys ready? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Welcome back to Talking with Words. You're here with Rob.
Cameron.
James,
And Ryan.
And you know what? I didn't even look again to see if I could fix the tiles to make them look at it like we're looking at each other. Hindsight. Hey, we watched Death to Smoochy tonight. I forgot to look stuff up again.
I think that explains it.
Damn it, Rob.
Yeah, it's okay. I can cut all that out.
You won't.
Hey, we watched Death to Smoochy tonight from, see, you don't know if time passed or not. 2002. This starred Ed Norton, Robin Williams. Holy shit, Robin Williams.
Yeah.
Catherine Keener, Dana DeVito, Jon Stewart, Pam Ferris, Danny Woodburn, Michael Rispoli. There, so many people were in this movie. Who was the one we were? Oh, Harvey
Firestein.
Firestein. Yes, go get
Yeah.
him. So many people were in this movie. If you're not familiar, Cameron had obviously seen this a few times before we made him watch it tonight. Do you want to tell him about it?
No, I don't.
Just
He
read that
looks
first paragraph.
thrilled.
I'm making him work now.
With all the names.
Prove you can read.
The kids show host, Rainbow Randolph, is fired in disgrace while his replacement, Sheldon Mopes, aka Smoochy the Rhino, finds himself a rising star. Unfortunately for Sheldon, the business of kids television isn't all child's play.
Oh.
Is that what I was supposed to read?
Yes, I'm curious though. Do you know who William Shatner is?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm not a child.
I don't think it was intentional, but that was a pretty good Shatner impersonation.
Oh, I was just dicking around.
You want to do the
Sure.
children's guide
Of course.
for Smoochy here?
Yeah. Rated R for language and sexual reference. Sex and nudity
Yeah.
mild. Violence and gore moderate. Profanity severe. Alcohol, drugs, and smoking moderate. Frightening and intense scenes moderate.
Yeah.
That checks out.
I feel like there needs to be something in between mild and moderate.
Yeah, like teen.
Milderot.
Yeah, because what was the first moderate? The violence and gore.
Violence and gore, yeah.
Which it was not. I was trying to think. Like there was.
It's 2002 moderate.
Moderately mild.
Yeah,
Mildly
that's
moderate.
fair.
You didn't even have like a lot of beatings. I mean, I guess there was enough to.
Robin Williams' face looked pretty rough for most of it.
Okay, so just from you saying that, I want to go ahead and I'm going to give a base run of what the movie is because it's a very simplistic plot that they dialed up to 11 because it could be a 10-minute, 20-minute thing.
11.
These go to 11. But everything that happens in between is what makes this movie memorable to me because I quoted a few of these and I forgot everything. And as soon as I started watching it, I was like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Rainbow Randolph. Yes. But the basic idea is the very beginning of the movie, Robin Williams' character, Rainbow Randolph, is a children's daytime TV show host.
Yeah.
He takes a bribe. He gets disgraced. He gets fired. They replace him with a schmuck, quote unquote, who is Sheldon Mopes, who is Smoochy. And the entire rest of the film is talking about how corrupt the children's and the charities and all these different things that rely on a child's TV show host for, how corrupt they are, and them trying to make him conform to their bidding. And when he won't, they decide we're going to kill him and get a replacement so that we can get it. That's the whole plot.
Yeah. So
Everything else is
the rules and falls in line.
Yeah. And the only reason it works is because Smoochy is a true pony boy. Motherfucker stays golden the whole time. That might not track for you, Cameron. I don't know if you've ever seen The Outsiders.
Yes.
Okay. Just
Stay
check.
golden, pony boy.
Yeah. So that's the plot. Now let's talk about everything else, because the scenarios that they set up for this movie are so bizarre that they're amazing to me. I don't know. I couldn't hear Cameron back there if you liked it or not. This is over. Where are my lady boys?
No, Sally did it right when she just decided to fall asleep.
I actually choked her out. I don't know how you missed that.
I was a little envious of her laying there on you.
So you didn't care for this?
It was fine.
That was not convincing at all.
I just feel like my time's somewhat valuable,
I don't.
Not with us.
and this is one of those where you're like, kind of wish
We had backups, and you won in this scenario.
No,
I think.
Yeah.
This has been the backup
chose
for
this.
so long. This has been the backup for so long. Just might as well get it over with at this point.
Back it up. That's what I always say.
It was fine without Rainbow Randolph. This movie fails miserably.
So that was the
You mean Miss
biggest,
Doubtfire?
right? That was
Definitely borrowed a character there.
that was the
Or three.
biggest revelation, because I haven't seen this movie for 20 years.
So old.
And watching it this time, I was like, they just gave him scenes and like, just do whatever. Because what Robin Williams did was 100% him just coked out of his mind.
I think that was always how you dealt with Robin Williams.
Well, you watch some of the other stuff he was putting out at the time, Dead Poet Society and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Very different stuff.
Then again, there was also an NC-17 version of Miss Doubtfire somewhere out there.
Canada. But just the shit that came out of his mouth,
Yeah.
amazing. Every line. Okay.
Such as.
We don't see his B story for a while. They kind of sprinkle it into the first half, but at one point he goes, okay, fuck this rhino. I'm going to get him. And then he comes into the main plot line, and it starts with him replacing all the cookies for the kids into huge cock and balls, I think is what he calls them.
Cock and balls. Yep.
So
spaceships.
Rocket ships.
when Smoochy pulls them out of the bag and he goes, oh, I don't know how to react to this. And then he goes, oh, they're spaceships. Instead of being like, oh man, I was foiled. Rainbow Randolph runs in and goes, they're cocks and balls. Like just screaming at these kids.
Way to be discreet about it.
And
I don't think he has that word down. Maybe
Also, he's laying down with like a mirror, watching.
from the rafters.
Yeah, that's his POV the whole time of the cock and ball show.
They do, and it makes more sense. I did not realize that Danny DeVito directed this.
Mm-hmm.
So it makes more sense, some of the close-ups and some of the like that shot where there's you show his location, but it's all about his reaction. He's just like, fucking give him the cookie, give him the cookie. Like that's what you want in that shot. And it also makes sense. I mentioned it when we were watching this that Tommy was Trunchbull in Matilda, the movie Matilda.
Are we certain that's her?
It is.
Okay.
And Danny DeVito also directed that.
Yeah.
So that some of that makes a little more sense why I recognized her. I've watched
She's been in a
Matilda
lot of
recently
stuff.
because I have
You have
a 7 and 8 year old daughter.
Are some of the short referenced shots Danny DeVito style too?
He leans into the joke.
Okay.
Have you seen It's Always Sunny? He doesn't
Yeah.
give a shit.
Yeah.
We noticed multiple times Jon Stewart being shot to look short. Was that Danny DeVito's joke on Jon Stewart?
It totally could be.
This was before Jon Stewart got big. This was '02, and he didn't get the Daily Show till what, '03, '04?
Because I think Ferguson, when did he, Craig left and, no, he was 01 probably.
Was he?
Yeah.
He didn't.
So he must have just got, and it wasn't the Daily Show we think of now.
Okay.
Like the Daily Show we think of now didn't start until like 2010. Maybe a little bit earlier, but
That's about right.
I just don't remember that terrible haircut.
it was, oh,
Jesus.
you watched The Faculty.
Yeah, but that was Josh Hartnett. He gets a pass.
Stewart was remember he was the teacher with the pencil in the eye.
Stewart.
Yeah, but he didn't
Stewart.
have that horrible haircut.
Oh yeah, he did.
Not in The Faculty.
I thought he did.
No.
Maybe that was
There's
just
no
his
way.
real life haircut.
Surely we can move past it.
We're spending way too much time on this.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
Mm.
That rhino with a dildo strapped to his head. I don't remember why I wrote that down, but I like the line.
Yeah, that was mixed in one of those rants.
I just like as the story went on, they were covering all these people. I mean, Randall and
Ricketts. Or are you talking about Ding Dong?
all of them. They kept naming other child entertainer
Yeah.
actors and all the scumbag things that every one of them were or did. And that's why it's kind of funny when they just find they find him down there,
Smoochy.
Smoochy. They find Smoochy just down at the methadone clinic,
Yeah.
entertaining, because these people are always in costume somewhere doing that. That's all they do. They never break character.
What was
that
this?
was a good turnout for a Friday night.
I could see all you were about to.
They didn't want to be there.
And oddly,
We're required to be.
even though Sally says, like she always does, I've never seen this film before, she was singing backup.
She
for it.
sang the song.
Oh, yeah. She knows this film.
So either that was Sally or that was a doppelganger.
She's got song memory.
And James, how did that song go? Do you remember it?
No.
Just putting you on the spot.
Smack.
Sing it for us.
No.
You sang it almost as much as Sally did.
It was fun and it was pretty formulaic, but if it's not playing, I couldn't do it.
I'll play it here.
He's going to lull Alan to sleep with that later.
Yes. What was? So we don't have to worry about the storyline. I'm just
No.
talking about.
Yeah.
No.
Don't. You already explained
Hey,
it.
what was your favorite part of this movie?
Robin Williams.
No, specifically, which part that Rob Williams did?
Check your notes, Cameron.
Yeah.
Here. They're tattooed on the bottom of my penis.
I don't know if I. Okay. The car ride where Robin Williams is the
Limo?
Yeah,
He's
the
just
limo.
switching characters.
That was phenomenal, and the way it was shot, I loved the close-ups. Like it was just his
One
eye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and Edward Norton in the background, kind of peeking out of the side. That I remembered. Like when
Yeah.
that started happening, I was like, "Oh yes,
He
this
was-
is amazing."
Edward Norton was so innocent in that scene. He's like, something's off with the driver, but I'm going to go along with this.
And what did he say? He's like, "Oh yeah, that pillow biter." He's like, "Oh, I didn't know he had a sleep disorder." What? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's how innocent he is.
Yeah. He takes everything so literally and just looks at it from,
He's like a child.
yeah,
Yeah.
a child's point of view.
He was the only
Really?
innocent person somehow in the whole movie.
Yeah. Never played in a tractor park before.
It's exciting.
This isn't questionable at all.
And I was thinking, like, I told you while we were watching, I was like, I'm laughing because I remember what's coming.
Yes,
And
you did.
and I was trying to remember how they got him to do the hand up because I remember the picture of Smoochy with the hand up in front of the swastika.
The Nazi banner.
And like as he was singing the song, I was like, how the fuck did they get him to get his hand up? And then the lights came on and he did the hide his hand. I was like, fuck, that's what it was.
Yep.
Amazing. That's still that's worth it.
Just the lengths that
Williams would go.
he had to go through. Yeah. Oh,
I think everyone underestimated Randall because you can't just put on an event like that and coordinate all those things.
I want to know how he had the contacts
Without some
for
skills.
all of those.
that's just his Rolodex.
Somebody
That's all
called
it
it
is.
out. I think it was James that he goes through like half the Miss Doubtfire
Yeah.
interview characters as he
Mhm.
like he just switches characters there.
And then when he gets arrested, he's like, who grabbed my ass? He stopped grabbing my ass like 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
He just got
Sir,
lost in the moment and forgot what he had said.
From here, that is a physical impossibility.
Yes. And then he has the monk suicide thing he's going to do because he just keeps doing weird shit. Like we go back to him and he's just, oh, I'm in the middle of
It's like in the middle of Times Square.
yeah, pouring gasoline on himself, lights the match.
The crowd stands close by to watch him do this.
They back up
Yeah, that makes sense.
a
That's a
little
bold-
bit.
That's a bold strategy, Cotton.
He pulls out the can, pours it on himself, splashing bystanders who somehow don't get out of camera. Then they pulls out the one match. He's only got one match. No one says anything.
He clearly doesn't think ahead.
Clearly he was waiting for somebody to stop him, but nobody stopped him. They're just like,
Yeah.
is he going to do it?
We're going to let this play out.
Go on.
I feel like some of those gasoline fumes would have.
Oh yeah, the second
I-
there was a
yeah.
spark.
Yeah.
And then the lone little girl who's like, no, Rainbow Randolph, you mean so much to us.
Which her coming out and then turning around when Smoochy comes out made it worth that whole joke.
Yes.
That whole sequence was worth the joke for her going, Smoochy, and he's still covered in gasoline. It's still smoke. This match is still smoking. Just fuck you. Amazing.
In that scene, though, there's a parent figure holding her, and as she talks to
Oh,
Smoochy. So
While
clearly,
he's getting
she had
the-
parental supervision. She wasn't just in this suicide watch crowd on her own, but that parent felt it was okay to let her walk out and talk to the Burning Man.
he's clearly not a threat.
It's New York. Shit happens.
It is New York.
They weren't tourists.
Hmm
This is
That
not
was their
their-
day to day.
So this is not their first Times Square suicide.
Tanya, go put out that next Burning Man. All right, I'll be back.
I think one of the best performances was Spinner.
And so that was the next part.
Spinner done.
Played some good cowbell.
What was his backstory?
He was a boxer.
That had gotten
His
His
brains
eight-
beat in.
89 and 51 was his record.
And he
I like that they
Club.
say that, and then they turn around. And he's like, "Hey,
Keep in mind.
yeah, okay, I gotta take a crap."
This is it. Smoochy and Danny DeVito's first meeting. Immediately after he gives him a revolver
Yes.
as a present,
Yeah,
he's like, "Why would you?" He's like, "It's showbiz.
tools
kid."
of the trade.
Yeah, tools of the trade.
Also, don't talk to this guy,
Yeah, just don't make eye contact if he comes over here.
and that's how we get the introduction to the.
Tommy,
I assume it's the IRA equivalent
Irish
Yes.
Mafia. Yeah.
Yes.
for this, whatever this film's equivalent of the IRA is.
Yep.
And just
the
the
IRA.
escalation of him, Spinner, and their relationship as it evolves. He's a safari guy in the show that can't keep time with his cowbell. And then
After he gets muscled into putting him on the show.
Yeah.
You know what? I think we might have a part coming open that he
oh,
would be great for.
I'm just getting sad. Oh, who made you sad, Tommy? I don't want to say. Oh, I think we have a spot. Yeah, yeah. We need to start doing that to people. Maybe my kids. Maybe they'll pay attention to me.
Putting the squeeze on him.
I think it helps if you have an Irish accent, though.
Well, we're not going to use Sally then.
Sally got her haircut, and that bright red lipstick. She could probably
Do it, Tommy.
Yeah, it might change her attitude. She might transform into that
You got to go punk.
mafia queen.
Yeah, if you don't do that,
Just give Meryl the scissors. It'll be perfect.
you don't want to do that.
Well, I mean,
That's not going to
be
end
here
well for
it.
anyone. Yeah, get the fuck out of the house.
I'll show up afterwards with the police. Probably EMS.
Yeah, we'll need some of those. Love you, yeah.
Not Sally.
She's already dead. These are fictional things I'm saying for the record when I'm on
For the
trial.
record.
Allegedly.
Jesus Christ. So Spinner eventually gets the cowbell takeaway. They make him Moochie, the cousin of Smoochy, and he gets killed because the Parade of Hope puts a hit on Smoochy.
Because he's maroon, not lavender.
Right.
Fuchsia.
Fuchsia. Sorry.
But my favorite line from that family, that whole group, other than everything Spinner said was amazing. Even when he just comes up, he's like, "Hey, I gotta tell you, okay," and then he just leaves. Love it. He fucking nailed every scene he was in. That guy nailed it.
Great performance.
But they're at the funeral, and Tommy comes up, and she's like, he loved you, blah blah blah, and he's, well, we got to get the cops on this. She's like, no, we got some leads on these guys, and we're gonna cut the balls off and shove them up their ass. And he's like, well, we should probably just let the police deal with it. And the guy leans over, he's like, the cops won't do the ball thing. That yes. Just he doesn't even.
It was better than just saying
It's
that
against
you just
procedure.
don't get in this. He like slowly explains it.
Hey, dipshit. The balls, they got to go up the ass.
He's so straight laced, he doesn't get any of it.
Well, and yes. I wrote down capitalism against children because that was the whole back plot of this movie. That's fun. Buggy Ding Dong, I really like that name. The smackhead
Heroin addict.
Yeah. He's on, what was it? It wasn't Black Tar. It was some off-brand pure heroin from.
It's like it was black something. Like,
Hold on now.
New York City. They got everything.
And okay, I did write. Wasn't I don't think my favorite line from Rainbow Randolph, but it was one of my favorites when he holds the gun on Sheldon and what's her name, Catherine.
Sure.
I mean, that's her real name.
Oh, that is a real
The
name.
producer.
Yeah. And he's like, "You stole my woman." She's like, "You weren't anything." And he's like, "It was small, but it's fierce." Like, just Williams was on it.
He's
that-
going through all the names in that scene. She's like, I was a children's actor groupie
Yeah.
or children's character groupie or something like that.
all the different animals.
Yeah, Wally the whale or whatever.
Not Wally the whale.
Well,
Something like that.
it's hard to. The year was 2002 when this came out, right?
Yes.
When did Barney begin and end?
He began way before.
94?
Yeah,
That was when I was
it was
growing
before
up.
then.
93, yeah.
Has he ended yet?
But by the
Surely.
time this movie came out, I was already. When I saw the headlines, like "Death to Smoochy," I was like, "Oh, they're going to kill a purple dinosaur." I'm okay with that. Don't need to watch it.
No, I'm fine with the end of this movie already.
Yeah, make it happen. But there
We
were
all
so
hated
many
Barney.
kids.
Yeah.
Nickelodeon spun up during all that, just a stream of kids shows, starting maybe with Barney. That more and more characters. We had the Blues Clues guy. We had
Didn't they even say
all
like the
these-
bastard son of Barney in this or something like
Yes.
that?
It was
Yeah.
Rodney.
so in 2002. I
Who's
think we're
Rodney?
just
His
riding
name?
this wave of child
Randolph?
performers.
Rainbow Rod.
I think you're mixing up your rainbows.
That's Ruby Rod.
That's exactly what
Yeah.
I'm thinking of. Take me home, James.
All we know
That
is-
guy.
All we know for sure is that Randall had some sexual identity issues.
He did.
And maybe some sexual identity issues. There was a also, I think you still see it in a lot of movies, but I think at this time it was happening a lot where you had the famous person's agent be like a villain, like they were always trying to screw him. And now that I have an agent, I can't imagine that being the case because we rely on each other for success. But this was a huge thing. Like I remember a bunch of movies having your agent, they like stole the money or they did this, they did that. Schitt's Creek even did. It wasn't the agent, it was like the financial
That was
manager or
a
something.
plot line in Nip Tuck too.
Was it? Yeah.
Later, yeah, one of the later seasons.
Yes, you rely on each other for financial success, but you can steal more of it for more financial success.
Your agent killing you doesn't get you a lot.
You just move
doesn't
on to
get them a lot.
You just move on to the next person.
They didn't kill. I don't think they
Stop
were.
representing them.
All sorts of talent
That's all
out
it
there.
takes. You know what? I don't want to represent you anymore. Okay.
Yeah,
Just
I want
don't kill
to
me.
represent you because you got the talent
But
and
they
I
don't-
want the money.
They only wanted talent that would let them skim off the top.
exactly.
Right.
I get it.
They were
the
trying
murder
to,
part.
Yeah, they were trying to get him in all the Smoochy on Ice,
Yeah. Action figures and
Yeah.
Burial.
where he was
Everything.
getting something on the back end from
oh yeah.
all the vendors and everything else.
Yeah, so that was something I don't think I'd ever thought of before until now. It's like there's a lot of those. Also, my favorite quote that was not in this movie that was said during this movie was I think Sally said something about Cameron, have you seen this movie? And Cameron said, how would I have seen this?
It's a fair question.
And that really just
He's not
says
wrong.
everything. Yeah, how I don't know how you would have.
I mean, I was 12 when it came out.
Me too.
Would not have seen it.
Hashtag.
Right. And it didn't do well in the box office.
I don't think it did very well, no.
No. I was reading the trivia.
That's ridiculous.
The company that funded it or helped funded it went under fairly quickly
Mhm.
after this movie.
They're gone.
Yep. It was some like British company. I had no means of seeing this film.
Was there any other fun trivia? Or did you just
Yeah, Jim Carrey.
that is fun.
He
You want
was
to elaborate?
Yeah, he obviously was in the role to play Rainbow,
Was
The
going to
Running?
be Rainbow.
I could see that.
but he was shooting a different movie instead.
That would have been Ace Ventura 2.
No. Ace Ventura 2 was like 99,
It was a
2000.
movie I don't think I'd seen.
What year was this again?
Shocker. This was
2002.
02.
We've passed it.
Well, that's
Majestic.
when it released.
That's
Dick
what
and
it is.
Jane.
No,
Majestic or Dick and Jane, yeah.
Majestic.
Ah, that makes sense.
This is the only knowledge I have.
But like,
Complete filmography of Jim Carrey.
if your casting makes sense.
Yeah, no, that would totally make sense.
When Ed Norton first read the script, he was reading it as if he was going to play Rainbow.
Rainbow Randolph.
Yeah.
So everyone wanted to be the crazy person.
Yeah. I mean, that's fun.
Yeah, it is. It's the
Yeah.
most fun. You want to be the Joker.
Somewhat
I mean-
more enticing to be like, hey, go do what you want with this role.
He did
Yeah.
just get done playing two crazy people after that, or prior to that.
And yeah, quite a few. 1 Hour Photo, Insomnia.
I was talking about Edward Norton, but yeah,
Oh, well, yeah, because he had Fight Club
It
right
was
before that.
Fight Club and
Primal Fear before that,
Primal Fear and
American
American
History
History
X.
X.
and then
Yeah, but Robin Williams at that time, Robin Williams and Jim Carrey were the two.
if you want somebody
big
with high
funny guys.
energy,
Yeah, high energy, crazy.
and that could also play a convincing children's TV show host.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It works.
they both check all the boxes here.
Indeed.
I'd hire them both.
I like it. I still like it.
It's
Oh,
fine.
it was definitely enjoyable.
It's fine.
Really good.
They do a good job of sprinkling Rainbow's projections, if you will, throughout the movie, like when he just goes crazy.
Yeah, because you had to break it up.
Yep.
Otherwise, it would have just been a drama.
Here's some 5-10 minute dullness of corporate talk, you know,
And a kid's song
yeah,
for the sake of doing a kid's song.
and then
They really needed
right back
him,
to him.
like you were saying earlier. They really needed that character to amp up the story because otherwise it really didn't connect. It had no energy to pull together.
Right.
I remember seeing the same thing happen with Zoolander.
Okay.
They had this whole storyline put together, but at the end, there was no way to get the main character, Derek Zoolander, to turn around and fight. He's just been this idiot the whole movie. Will Ferrell came in with
got
his
to.
acting, put so much energy into that rant about the piano key necktie that it pulled that scene together and made it work.
They pushed the crazy enough.
They
that
pushed the crazy and everyone jumped to the next level with it. And I think that's what happened here. If you hadn't had him being crazy in the cracks between these scenes,
Yeah.
it never would have tied it together.
And not just crazy, batshit insane.
Yeah.
I'm going to make dick cookies and present them on a kid's show and then stay there. And then when it doesn't work out, run into the camera shot.
Yeah, that was phase 1. But
That was
Be
the
subtle
first-
about this.
Yeah. Oh, I loved it. Music Works commercial should go right here.
Yay.
James, anything else?
Not at the moment.
No. Scrolling through my notes here.
I think if you want to pull out some of the one-liners,
Some of the
just read the quotes.
when they were
Don't want some
going
movie.
through after he got caught at the Nazi rally,
Yeah.
some of the news headlines as they're scrolling through, he's like, I would never go for it. Like, I had no idea they were Nazis there. I would never do something like that. And they're beating him up left and right with catchy Nazi propaganda
Yeah.
one-liners. He's like, what? I'm not a Nazi.
I also liked to that extent the murder of Moochie. They're talking about it like, oh no, that's what was the charity Prayer of Hope. That was the Prayer
Oh,
of Hope's
yeah.
calling card. It's like this charity has a calling card on their
Of
murders
snapping necks.
of killing people.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it does Catherine Keenan.
Yeah.
Kieran.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, her like after he gets arrested or busted for being at that Nazi rally, her immediate like she's so tainted with corporate media, her automatic thought is, nope, he's just a liar and a fake, and he sold out immediately, and he pulled one over on me as being a straight laced dude.
This guy's a Nazi.
Yeah, the automatic assumption is this guy's a
If she only knew what would happen 20 years later. Nazis are back.
yeah.
Fuck.
Well, it turns out she knew a lot about the child entertainment crowd.
And how they could turn.
She was a groupie.
She tested them all,
Oh, she turned
tested-
several of them.
Indeed.
tested their fierce.
Turned them
metal.
on.
Oh, metal. Tested their child metal.
If anyone could speak to what scumbags they turned out to be, she would. She had reason to expect him to be a scumbag.
Digged any of my balls.
We haven't even talked about little people.
You mean the Crinkle Kids?
I mean, a core part of this film.
You mean
Go on.
Rainbow Randolph's roommate
Yeah.
for 3 days?
Calls him Angie. Isn't that like Angelo or something like that?
Angelo? Yeah.
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 I mean, I was not expecting that many scenes of Angie in this film.
He had a pretty big part in the movie, really. He was
Mhm.
quiet,
Yeah.
but his part was big because
And
the
when he's-
cops invaded.
when he's tied up,
Yeah.
who does he call?
I love that. And I
He
even
said,
said
"Not the
it. Like,
cops."
he calls, oh, you got to hang up the phone and call the fucking police. Like, what are you doing? He's going to kill him. Maybe you should call the cops. Not a insane person that beat the shit out of you last time he was in your house and threatened to kill
Well,
you.
he wasn't calling him. Remember, he's calling a landline. He was calling
He was calling
the Smoochy house.
Yeah, Sheldon.
Sure. Again, hang up the phone and call the cops.
Right.
Angelo was also on one of Cameron's favorite movies.
Yes.
Which one?
He doesn't know what it is.
Well, because I don't. Is it truly one of my favorite movies, or is this just a?
I mean, you've quoted it several times on the podcast,
Jeez,
which I didn't think you knew that many movies to quote, but
hit me with it.
he was against Turbo Man.
Oh my gosh!
He was the bad elf in Jingle All the Way.
Of course he was.
He was in quite a few things in the late 90s, wasn't he?
He was in Watchmen.
I don't remember him Watchmen.
His tiny role.
Hey,
Oh, he was is that a fucking joke?
Hey,
All right, he caught up. All right, you're innocent. You're free.
how you gonna say that?
No, he played one of the judges in Billions. If you guys watch Billions,
Yeah. Instead of sitting here and waiting for this,
yeah, he's had a bunch of minor roles and stuff. I don't know that he's really starred in anything.
Good choice of word.
I know. I had to think about that one for a second.
it's all those wheels turning. Good boy.
I had to think about that one for
It's been a long
little
day.
bit.
Some of us got up before 9 a.m. this morning.
Wait,
Who?
way to smack
What,
us.
it wasn't James.
Way to lay down the gauntlet on us.
All right, go watch Ted Smoochy if you haven't, because it's fantastic.
It's worth it.
We're also going to be in Dallas next week for the Dallas International Film Festival.
Yep.
So if you're coming out, send me a note. Let's meet up. We'll be down there Saturday through Monday.
Thursday through Monday.
Thursday through Monday.
Yeah.
So we'll be down there the whole time for the most part.
Yeah, pretty much.
I think we're going to try and see Ted and Jake, which we've interviewed on the podcast as well. We'll try and get them out and say hey to them, catch up, see what they've been up to. I know Ted's been busy.
Yes, he has.
He's been acting like crazy. He's in a bunch of TV shows. So we'll try and catch up with
He's
him.
in a feature film too, I think.
I think a couple.
Yeah.
He likes to be the cowboy.
He is from Texas.
It helps. All right. Thanks, guys. Charlie.
Are we recording?